sure I'm recording. Okay, so permit me to welcome our first speaker of the day, Professor Dr. Adeogun Kayode from Nigeria. He's a leadership coach, career counselor, and corporate trainer. And he's going to share with us a very important topic this morning, which is create multiple passive income for family wealth. So let's talk more about who is Professor Dr. Adeogun Joseph. He's a corporate branding strategist and certified leadership coach. He's an internationally sought-after keynote speaker, multi-award winning certified content marketing strategist, communication and leadership coach, certified public speaker. He is widely regarded as the go-to source on leadership, public speaking, communication, entrepreneurship, and management. Professor Dr. Adeogun has a seasoned, energetic, and motivational speaker. He has over 15 years experience in content marketing strategy, communication, and leadership coach and public speaking. Presently, he is the Vice Chancellor, Africa Wisdom Virtual University of Leadership, where he also doubles as an honorary professor of leadership and management. So, permit me now to welcome Professor Dr. Adeogun Joseph Kayode to present to us on his very important topic this morning. You are welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, Professor Folalu. It's a pleasure to be here today. Let me first of all appreciate
if you can do something about, because it's breaking, we can't hear you clearly.
Okay. Can you hear me, please?
We still can't hear you.
Wow. Okay, so I don't know if I'm audible now. Can you hear me?
It can hear you, but it's breaking.
And for now, this is the only device I have. I don't know if I can use that to continue with my presentation.
Continue, and if it's breaking, maybe because you are using your video at the same time as your audio. So, but continue, and if we know that we have problem, we will let you know. Start your program.
Okay, thank you very much. I want to once again appreciate you, Professor Elizabeth Lucas Afolalu, for coming up with a program like this. And in essence, you made it very clear in your presentation that without the knowing of the mindset, there will be no transformation. So hence, the importance of a program like this is to the minds, make you a renewed individuals in your family, in your personal life, in your community, or wherever you find yourself. So thank you very much, Ma, for what you are doing for humanity and prosperity. Posterity will never forget you for what you are doing. All right. I also want to appreciate everyone who have made a presentation before me in the last few days. Although I've not been present for some of the presentations, but each time I have the means, even though it's the middle of the night, I try to do a replay of each program. So, and each facilitators have shared insights that can help if applied personal life and, in one's career life too. So I appreciate everyone who has made their presentations. I appreciate those that will be making their presentation after mine. Yes, You Can International Academy, I want to appreciate you. And the parents of Yes, You Can Academy, Yes, You Can International, thank you very much. Yes, Mindset for Transforming Business and Entrepreneurship Class is indeed a time considering the challenges, the difficulties that individuals are struggling with in their personal lives and in their family life. And that is why the topic assigned to me is something I so much appreciate. When I first received the flyer for this class, I smiled, and I smiled because Professor Elizabeth indeed understood the fact that this is my area of strength. And what is the topic assigned to me? It is create multiple passive income for family wealth. How can you create multiple passive income for family wealth? You would agree with me, family in any society plays a crucial or central role in, for example, socializing the children, and teaching social norms, cultural differences, manner, proceeds is made up of people from the family. So if the family is not taken care of, it will rub off on the society. So hence, it becomes very important that every member of the family take into cognizance the importance of creating passive wealth, generational wealth that can be built upon even after the death of the parents who created the wealth. Professor Afolalu mentioned that in our presentation, and I want to reiterate it, that without the renewing of your mindset, there will be no transformation. The understanding in the past is that you can do things on your own without putting your family into consideration. If your family is not carried along, if you are wealthy, for example, what will happen to the wealth you have acquired? After your death, that will be the end of the wealth. So there should be continuity of whatever wealth or whatever income that one has curated. So mastering the mindset and transformation of our thoughts and feelings becomes very important. Transforming our mind is one of the most important and powerful things we can do to improve our life and to improve the life of others. So the importance of building a strong family base cannot be overemphasized. Before I dive into my presentation properly, let me share an insight with you to help you appreciate the importance of family in any society or wherever you find yourself. The English journalist G.K. Chesterton said that marriage is an adventure. He compares it to like going to war. And you will agree with me that nobody goes to war unprepared. Is that not so? You get yourself prepared. So if you have a family, or if you want to have a family, you must be prepared for what you will face in your family. If you intend to win a war, for example, you must be well prepared. Is that not so? So if marriage, or in this context, if family is like going to war, then you should be prepared for whatever will come thereafter. But the fact remains that many enter into marriages or they have a family as if they are about to ride a roller coaster. You must be ready to have a strong family base if you want to create or if you want to have a sustained family wealth, right? But what do we see today? regrettably, in our day, marriages, families needs. It's very sad to know that marriages seems to be a necessary evil, not a happy institution. Yes, if you are a Christian here, you will agree with me. Yes, we have an understanding of what is expected of each family member. As the head of the family, being the husband, you have to take care of your wife, you have to take care of your children if you have one, and you have to make sure that this is sustained over the years. In fact, there's a part of the scripture that says that if anyone does not provide for his family, especially members of his own household, he is worse than a person without faith. The Christian view of marriage is that it is a blessing and it ought to be so. In fact, the scripture, Proverbs chapter 18, verse 22 says that he who finds a wife finds a good thing and has obtained favor in the eyes of the Lord. But what can we see today? Statistics do not support this Christian ideal. Many marriages, many families today, they bring a lot of pain. They bring a lot of sorrow. They bring a lot of grief. And many marriages and family failed. Many families don't last, don't stand the test of time. However, it should be established that there are fewer and fewer happy marriages today, or happy family today. The happiest day of the marriage appears to be the wedding day, right? Day after, what do we see in most marriages from the statistics that has been carried out? It is always a hell. In fact, according to a research done by a friend, it says that up to 65% of all new marriages now fail. Did you get that? So, in fact, let me shock you to tell you the challenges that is going on in many marriages and in many families today. Almost 1/3 of American children, and in fact, 2/3 of African American children are now born out of wedlock. Did you get that? So, what does that tell you? That many marriages are in shambles today. Many families are in shambles today because they don't appreciate the importance of taking care of their family. And by extension, it rubs off, like I mentioned earlier, on the society. So now the question is, why are there so many marriages failing today? Why are so many breakups of family units today?
Professor, we're not dealing with relationship, we're dealing with the creations of wealth.
Yes, I know.
Okay, so it's the foundation.
Or an insight into the subject of my presentation. I'm very, very well. Thank you, my prof. I just want to create an insight to the in-depth of the subject of material. Now, I'm trying to say that why are there so many failed marriages today and so many family breaking up? We have several reasons. For example, many marriages break up today because of disagreements over financial decisions. That is where I'm right, Prof. They break up today because of disagreements over financial decisions. And that is where the meat of my topic is coming from. Why you need to create a sustainable financial income for your family. Another reason which I may need to mention is getting tired of each other. What can make a spouse to get each other? There's no sustainable income. If, for example, it's only one part of one member of the family that is bringing money to sustain the family, there will always be disagreement. There will always be fight in one way or the other. Sometimes it could be lack of emotional support. It could be lack of tolerance. It could be so many things. And that is where my presentation will commence the disagreement over financial decision. How can this affect creating more passive income, and how can this be overcome? You would agree with me from experience. I'm speaking as a Nigerian, as an African, and from experience I've gathered over the years. Gone are the days when people go about looking for so-called white-collar jobs. The problem now is that even those jobs, they aren't available anymore. Not even with the economic downturn that we are experiencing today. In fact, the tough competitions for these jobs equally result in people who get them less than which their qualifications deserve. So what does that tell you? That as an individual, as a member of a family unit, it behoves you to create a passive income, to take care of your family. Income that can be sustained over the years, right? From experience, most people who are struggling financially, they are not willing to do the business which return quicker sales and margin. I've seen individuals approach me in my DM, my WhatsApp private, even on my Facebook Messenger, requesting for urgent 2K, for example. That is the usual cliche in my country, Nigeria. Even after I have come to rescue them, in quote, come to the head of their need, and I introduce some businesses they can do, some of them will back out. They will tell me, oh, I can't do this business. I can't go online to market this product. And so most of them will tell you ridiculous business ideas that will keep them in poverty for longer. They don't want to do business. Money. What I'm trying to say, you need to be resourceful to create more passive income. Being resourceful has nothing to do with intelligence. It has nothing to do with academic qualification. Rather, it's absolutely to get the most from yourself in every situation. So it is achieving your dreams with less. It's going beyond your talent and making the most of the resources you have at your disposal. Most importantly, you need to acquire the relevant tools and knowledge for you to create a passive income. The income you expect or design on your lap, if you don't have the necessary idea, the necessary knowledge, experience, or exposure you need to acquire. So for you to do this, you need to be open to seeing things from different perspectives. That's where the code being, your mind has to be renewed. Without the renewing of your mind, there will be no transformation. Yes, why being willing to try new approaches will help you to get desired results. You need to get your mind transformed to create a passive income for your family. And let me tell you something. The most profitable businesses span different industries, time commitments, startup costs. So let's look at some factors that may prompt to create a passive income. For you to have a passive income would create continuous wealth for you. There are many factors that you an individual new business. For example, one of the factors is you identify that you have an entrepreneurial trait. You have an entrepreneurial trait. Before you can create a passive income from your family's wealth, you must have an entrepreneurial trait. You have one, and one of the entrepreneurial traits you need to have is tenacity. You must be self-confident. Your ability to take every activity, every business you do involves risk. So one of the traits you need to have to imbibe as far as creating passive income.
It's breaking now, Professor Adeogun. It's breaking. We can't hear you now.
Entrepreneurial traits, it's you need in mind. The next factor you need to bear in mind is that, do you have the desire to start a new business? It is one thing for you to say that, oh, I have the entrepreneurial traits, I'm tenacious, I'm focused, I'm a risk taker. Do you have the desire to start a new business, to create a new passive income for your family wealth? And the third one you need to bear in mind is that you need to have a foreseeable business venture in view. As an individual, you may fulfill these conditions that I mentioned. It will remain passive until you take a positive action. So therefore, if you are still in the initial planning stage of starting a business, of creating a passive income for yourself and by extension for your family, to advise that you take this following steps. This following step will help you to sustain, one, to create and to sustain passive income for generational wealth for your family. The first one is to find the perfect idea, and you also need research on it. You want to create a passive income? Do your findings, do your background checks about the business idea. A business starts with a good idea. So you need to have an idea first, right? But in order to make that idea a reality, you need to do research to make sure that the concept succeeds, that the business or the idea come to reality. You need to go through an idea validation process. Did you get that? For you to find perfect idea and do research about it, you need to go through an idea validation process. And what do I mean by idea validation process? One, market and competitor research. That's the first thing you need to do. You need to do a market and competitor research about the business you want to create, right? Two, financial visibility analysis. Did you get that? Financial visibility analysis. Before you go far in the business, you may be surprised that the business or the idea you think you have about the business, it's just only in your head. The financial strength is not there for you to sustain that. So you need to have a financial visibility analysis of that business. Consulting this list I have mentioned will help you to sustain your business after it might have been created. But you need to ask the question: what problems? Solution? That's the first question you need to ask yourself after you might have done research with that perfect idea you have about that business you want to create. Who are my target customers or clients? You need to ask yourself. What are my existing competitors struggling with that I can provide solution to? Did you get that? Yes, the idea. You have done your market research, But these questions are very, very important. If you want to succeed in creating a passive generational income for your family, then you also need to answer those questions. It will help you to give proper attention when you create a business plan. Another problem that I've noticed that many business owners have is that they don't have a business plan. A business is like a building plan that gives you an insight into the kind of structure you look for in a building. So if you don't have a business plan, it's as good as if you don't have a business. So you need to have a business plan. So the second step you need to bear in mind is get organized and make it official. You have found a perfect idea. You have done research about it. The next thing is get organized. Make it official. Let people know what you do, right? When you are sure that you have a good idea to work with, you need to plan how the logistics of the business with a well-formulated business plan. I just mentioned that. Having a business plan will go a long way to help you to figure out where your company is going, how it will overcome any potential difficulties, what you need to sustain it, and possibly sometimes strategy, visit the business. So you can create for a short period of time. If you have a business plan, it will give you an insight that, oh, this business is 5 years. So from the start of the business, from the day you started the business, you already know when the business will end. It will prepare your mind for exit planning. If the business is for a example 5 years, for 10 years, you know that the business cannot go beyond 5 years. The business cannot go beyond 10 years. So when you have a business plan, it helps you to make proper planning for yourself. When you are confident that you have got it all down in right, take steps to make it official. And making it official include choosing a business structure, for example, applying for a business specific generational wealth. For example, you need to register your business name with Corporate Affairs Commission, known as CAC. You need to submit intending business name with CAC, and this will help you to know if the name you have in mind is still available or it has been taken by another family or by another company. Until you get your business name approved and registered by Corporate Affairs Commission, also known as CAC, you can't claim legal ownership of that business name, right? So it becomes very important that you get yourself organized and make it official. One way you can make it official is what I just suggested. You have to register your business name. Wherever country you find yourself, you have agencies in charge of business name registration. In my country, Nigeria, it is Corporate Affairs Commission. That is one way you can make it official. That is one way you can make it known to others that you are ready to kick off your business, right? Now, the next thing you need to do is find the right financing. Take note, the first point I mentioned, that in starting a business, in rolling up a business, is to find the perfect idea, do research about it. The second point I just mentioned is to get organized and make it official. The third step is to find the right financing. From my experience as a business consultant and as a budding entrepreneur, I have noticed from the research I've carried out that most of the most common challenges startups, for example, usually struggle with at the beginning of starting a business is lack of capital, lack of fund. You need to bear that in mind. Well, money is a fuel, if you agree with me, that drives businesses. Did you get that? Inarguably, money is the fuel that drives businesses. Every business needs capital to grow, and startups are certainly no exception. But as a new startup owner who want to create a passive multiple income for yourself and for your family, you might struggle to qualify for traditional business loans, grants, maybe from banks or other financial institutions. You might struggle with that. And that is why it is recommended you start funding your initial growth with your personal income. It could be income from members of your family too, because since you want to create multiple income for generational family wealth, you can approach some of your family members for assistance, right? So that is one way that is recommended to fund the initial growth of your business. Now, having mentioned some steps, some factors that you need to put into consideration in creating multiple passive income from your family, what are some small-scale business ideas that you can start? There are small-scale businesses you can start, and you start generating a profit of, for example, 3,000 or even 5,000 naira, and even more on a daily basis. This is something that I have tried and I still continue to do, right? Opportunities for investing in small-scale private business is quite wide and varied. And this ranges, for example, from agricultural to industrial enterprises. So I'm going to share some business ideas that you can start with little capital. I'm aware that one of the facilitators have mentioned 100 business ideas to start with more capital, but my focus is passive income for your family generational wealth. For example, you can start agricultural venture. An example of agricultural venture could be poultry farming. It could be cassava for exports. It could be fish farming. It could be cattle grazing. It could be goat rearing. It could be snail farming, rabbit rearing, beekeeping, agricultural equipment rental, veterinary venture, or animal care center. If you are not comfortable with agricultural venture, you can also look into industrial small-scale business. An example is soap making. You can create passive income, multiple passive income to generate multiple income for your family through soap making. It could be nylon production. It could be home crafts. What I mean by home craft, it could be weaving of a mat, it could be clothing, it could be glass glowing, and some other things that is home craft based. Or depending on your exposure or your expertise, you can start consulting. I just mentioned that for you to legalize your business, you need to register with Corporate Affairs Commission. You can be a CAC consultant. That means a business registration consultant, registration of business name. It could be a consultancy. It could be stockbroking business. It could be fund mobilization service. This is another passive income you can create for yourself. Now, take note, passive income, because it does not affect any other business you are doing. You can do, I would say, creating multiple passive income at the same time. You can be agriculturist or a farmer. At the same time, if the time is there, you can be a consultant too. or it could even be educational. Another business. We have so many business, so many schools that are owned by a group of persons. We have schools that are owned by members. They are jointly owned.
I think your voice is breaking now. So we've missed, well, let me see where we've missed it. We've missed the consulting. Okay. So if you can start with the consulting, please, because we're missing it. Yeah.
I mentioned that another business you can start to passive income is consulting. I mentioned at the of my presentation that for you to get your business legalized, you need to register with CA, Corporate Affairs Commission. And we have so many individuals who don't know how to go about it. The process to get their business registered, the document needs to have an association, article of association. They don't know how to go about it. So if you are in that area or an expert in that area, you can be a CAC, that's corporate affairs business registration consultant. All right, it could be educational consultancy. Somebody who wants to travel abroad, for example, need a good school in UK, for example, and you have experience. For example, if I want to go into a business of educational consultancy, I can with Professor Lucas Elizabeth and get good schools in UK. And if I have a client that are interested, I'll get her informed. And this is not free, it is for a fee, and this will be shared between me and Professor Lucas. It's part of generating income for myself. I've done that in the past for some of my clients. I've consulted for international organization on educational level. So this is another way you can create income. It could be stockbroking business too. Some people want to buy shares. We have so many organizations, we have so many institutions that sell shares. You can take those that are interested through the journey, the processes of applying for stockbroking business. All right. Then I mentioned consultancy too. You can set up schools. You can set up counseling centers. For example, Yes You Can International is a business name that is registered by Professor Lucas Elizabeth. And I guess, not just guess, the husband too is also one of the board of directors. Our family members are part of the board of directors of Yes You Can International. Is a business that will stand the test of time. And they offer counseling section too. For those that are struggling maybe with their business, those struggling with challenges of the other, people authoring of books. Professor Lucas has also made books, and he has taught thousands of youths on how they can be published author, whether it is self-published or traditional publishing of books. She's also earning income from it. It's a way to generate passive income. Craft art is also another passive income generating business. Craft or creative art, for example. Creative arts. Painting, modeling, production of signposts, billboard production, clothing and textile, customized cards of various kinds, carving. These are examples of businesses that you can create for your family. Another one is a domestic business. You can be a supplier of foodstuff. It's a business, dry cleaning business, waste management, landscaping, horticultural activities, interior decoration, waste disposal or management, security outfits, confectionery, or what we rather known as a baking, barbing, hairdressing. These are examples of domestic businesses that you can start, that you can create, and it can be sustained by you and members of your family. Now, let me also add this. We have small scale creative business ideas you can start with little capital and make profit from it. For example, jewelry making. Jewelry business in my country, Nigeria, is a very lucrative business if you are very creative and put the right marketing strategy in place. Let me tell you this from experience. I have friends, family members that are doing jewelry making business. In fact, jewelry business is just one with little or no just need is the idea, is the experience. Many of us even have relatives and friends that already have the skill. I just told you, I have family members that have the skill. So all you need is top-notch passion, creativity. You need design and style, understanding your target, and then adequate marketing. When I say adequate marketing, I mean aggressive marketing of that product, right? Another business that you can mention farming. Farming. Many businesses farming the local maybe make millions of naira and even dollars too. They haven't seen people. If you are seeing farming, for example, as a local work, as a dirty business, there are various farming businesses you can dive into. I mentioned that here, ranging from, for example, farming, production, and what have you. Value chain in farming is very huge. You create a multi-income, find one that is very profitable and go for it. Do a visibility study of the value chain in farming. And more importantly, you need to acquire good if you succeed in farming business, especially in my country, Nigeria. If you expand of a land, you can go into farming business, for example, in fish farming, in livestock farming, in crop production, and what have you. Another business you can go into, very related to farming business, is food production. There are many food, snacks, drinks that are not really difficult to learn how to make. They are in high demand by people around you. For example, plantain chips, juice, we have ice cream, we have yogurts, and what have you. You can even open a bakery too and start making bread, right? Good. And another business, passive business you can create is catering services. If you're very skilled in making cakes, for example, in making chin-chin, in other cookies and fries, you can go into catering business. And there are individuals that are in hundreds of thousands, millions of naira from catering business. So turning your skin to cash through catering services is one way you can create passive income for yourself. Generational wealth for yourself, and by extension, for your family. All you need is a large prospective customer base. Once in the shop of a large prospective customer base, as far as the catering service is concerned, as the saying goes, the sky is your starting point. All right. You can also be a tenant too. That is also another multiple for yourself and for your family. Well, for example, if you are musically inclined, or other skills like like juggling, balloon squatting, you can offer services to customers that are looking for a party entertainer. Well, let me give you a word of caution in this regard. Successful as a party entertainer you need to have an entertaining personality. Now, take note of the word entertaining personality. Your ability to be very creative with your express why you are of the public, as well as music missing skills, equipment, and the desire and ability to work nights and especially weekends in my country, Nigeria. The one that I do on a daily basis and I make money from it. I'm always in my house, but I make money from it, and that is blogging. If you are a good writer, now let me ask you this question. Who can be a blogger? You can ask the question, who can be a blogger? I'm a blogger, for example. But the question is, who can be a blogger? Let me tell you this. Anybody can be a blogger, provided you have a passion for something and you can translate it into writing. I don't need to leave the comfort of my house. In my house, I use my phone to make money. I use my laptop. I manage media platform for different organizations. I need to be in an office. So that's right. Another way is if you are a good storyteller, for example, if you're a comedian, if you're a poet, if you have something, I can write about it. Not only a blog. I'm aware that Yes You Can International, created by Professor Lucas Afolalu, has a blog. And you can monetize that blog. I'm aware that Yes You Can International has a YouTube. The YouTube channel can be monetized. You're listening to me by the YouTube channel created by Yes You Can International. Some of you are listening to me via Facebook, right? It can be monetized, right? It is cheap to set up and easy to manage. For example, YouTube, you don't need to pay any amount to set up a YouTube channel. No, you don't. It only takes time to get it monetized. If you make it entertaining, and also educative in terms of the content you produce. Another way you can make passive income is consultancy service. I've mentioned that, but I just need to reiterate this because it's one way you can also make passive income. Now, I have tried this. I just mentioned blogging. I have tried it. I know Professor Lucas knows that I'm a writer. I'm always on my WhatsApp status on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm not writing on my blog. I'm writing for my friends and I make money from it. So consultancy service is also another means you can make money. Each and every one of you has a unique gift and talent. But the question is, are you making use of that gift? Are you making use of that talent? It is one thing to have a gift. It is another thing to harness that gift. It's also another thing to learn the business side of it. I've seen individuals that are well talented, but they don't know the business side of the stand-up. So hence, the money they pay for others to here and there. Whereas you have in your hand what can fetch you hundreds of thousands, millions of naira if it's well utilized. You might be a good public speaker, for example, just like me. You might be a good motivator, just like Professor Lucas Aladu. She's a mind transformation strategist. If you want your mind to be transformed, I'm telling you that Professor Lucas is a mind transformation strategist that you need to get mentored by her. Right? So you might be a good public speaker, a good motivator. What do people know about your passion and skills? Because of your area of influence or expertise, you can offer a consultancy service. Whatever you do, next thing of it. If you are a farmer, you can offer a consultancy service. If you're a writer, you can offer a consultancy service. If you are a teacher, you can offer an educational consultancy service. So consultancy service is another way you can generate passive income. The next way you can generate passive income, it may sound so funny, but I tell you, it is one way many people in my country, Nigeria, are making money. In fact, I have a friend, she is a dance tutor. So if you are a skilled dancer, you can offer dance classes out of your home or dance studio. So you shouldn't allow this to get wasted. Instead of you paying for money, there's no money to pay your house rent, there's no money to take care of this, there's no money to take care of that. The skills you have, identify it, learn the business side of it, and you do aggressive marketing, telling people about what you do, right? Good. I know I've eaten deep into the time. I'm so sorry, Professor Lucas. In the next 2 hours, I can go ahead with my presentation, but permit me to just mention one more, and I draw things on my presentation, and it is book publishing business. That is another way you can make consistent passive income. Professor Lucas Afolalu has co-authored many books. Last year, she co-authored books in volumes with some authors, and the books are on Amazon. And I know with time, the book will start generating income. Let me speak for myself. I have 2 of my books on Amazon. You can check this out as I'm making this presentation. Fundamental Freelance Writing is on, and it's a book that I make money from every 60 days. Amazon sends review of my book and the number of individuals that have purchased the book. You can buy the book in paperbacks. You can buy the, you can download the soft copy, or I make money from it in the comfort of my home. I don't need, I'm not going anywhere. When the book was published in 2020, I produced 750 copies, and I sold a copy 5,000 naira. Now, if you remove complimentary copies that I used, I give out complimentary copies to corporate organizations. If you know what I mean by complimentary copies, I give it out to individuals, hard copies. But I sold 500 copies. They were even pre-order of the book. The book was before it was published. So the day the book was published, I only had few copies left to sell. Before it was published, I've already sold 300 copies. The day the book was published, it was a physical launch book. So there were individuals that donated money. Some was, okay, I want to get 10 copies of the book. I want to get 5 copies of the book. A friend of mine who has never referred to a post on Facebook requested a 50 copy of the book. Requested of 50 copies of the book. So I don't have.
Can you round up, please, so that we can ask questions?
I only have 2 copies, my personal 2 copies.
Okay, can you
need
round
a
up,
copy
please?
of the
Can you round up,
book,
please?
you can get it on Amazon.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Then another one is
Excuse me.
Your Resourcefulness. Is another book that is generating money for me.
Okay. Can you round up, please, so that we can ask questions?
In the comfort of my. Sorry. I hope you can hear me.
Yes. Can you round up, because we need to ask more questions and move to the next speaker, please.
Okay. Yes. That's fine. So, in a nutshell, book publishing has become one important industry in the world, and this is because the world is now surviving on information, which book provides, right? There are many people, groups, and organizations involved in the business providing different information through books and other printed materials. Looking to get the book published, for example, and you get paid. I get paid for writing books for individuals. It's a publishing business where you use books and bring them for independent author. You can also help authors who want to sell their book by selling through retailer. Like I mentioned, Amazon, Okada Books, Utopia, Avila Books, Kobo, and what have you. So for you to succeed in line of this business, you need to decide what kind of book publishing business to start. Ensure your client obtain international, what we call an ISBN, International Standard Book Number. So in summary, I have succeeded in explaining or telling you how you can create multiple passive income for generational wealth. So developing revenue streams of income requires creative thinking about what you do, followed by practical thinking about turning your skills and passion into business-making opportunities. So if you are interested in exploring new sources of generating income, you can reach out to me via my email. I will type it in the chat box. Yes. Then also my WhatsApp number too. If you need or if you're interested in exploring new sources of income, either passive for your family wealth or for your personal use, get in touch with me. You also need to find a mentor who can help you identify opportunities in your field. That person's experience, exposure, or expertise can help guide you towards the same positive outcome you seek. Once again, I want to appreciate everyone for this opportunity granted me, especially by Yes You Can International founder, Professor Lucas Afolalu. I so much appreciate you, Ma. Thank you for what you are doing for humanity. And for those who are listening to me from different parts of the world, I say thank you, everyone. Ambassador Dennis Yomi, my very good friend, thank you very well. And everyone on this call, for the time given to me. I also appreciate facilitators that will be coming after me. Thank you, and I draw the curtains of my presentation.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your presentation this morning. You've actually elaborated a lot that I personally wanted to know from your presentation, and I've really gained more insight. And I want to say thank you so much for your preparation. We all wish that there is slides, because some of it we couldn't catch up with it because of the breaking of the voice. If we have seen the slides, it could have been more better for us. But maybe next time, because what the topic you are discussing with us today is very crucial, and it will help millions of families all over the world. So I don't know if we need to call you back one of these days and then to do the part 2 of this program, but with slides, if you don't mind, so that even when it's breaking up, because one thing with electricity and the connectivity, you can't rely on it. It can either favor us or fail us. So, but if we prepare, when we know that this kind of thing will happen, we can also prepare notes so that we can get fully of your presentation. But apart from that, I have gained a lot. I've used almost 3 pages to learn from my very own Professor Dr. Adeogun Joseph Kayode. Thank you so much. On this note, I want to ask, do we have any questions, please? Any questions?
Yes, I do. I have a question, please.
Okay, so Professor Adeogun, please wait. We are asking question now. Question time, quickly.
Thank you so much, Professor. That was so deep.
Hold on a second. Let's make sure that he's here. Dr. Adeogun, are you here with us? because connection sometimes. Dr. Adeogun Joseph.
I'm here. Hello. Hello,
Okay.
Prof. I'm here. I'm here.
Yes. So the question.
Yeah, I said thank you so much, Professor, for this deep teaching, especially on the reasons for marriage. I want to quickly ask, in creating multiple passive income for family wealth, in your teaching, you made us to understand that the head of the home must be the one to provide, if I get it right, to bring the initiation of creating this multiple income, passive income. Now I want to ask, which one is more important, Professor, to identify your potential as the head of the home, that you are able to do this, maybe catering, consultancy, blogging, or to actually identify the need, the financial need of the family first? I don't know if my question is clear.
It's very clear. It's very clear.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate everyone. I also appreciate you, Madam. First, let me clear this, that I didn't mention or implied that for income to be generated, it has to be from a source, maybe from the head of the family.
Okay, maybe I get
in my country, Nigeria, I've seen experiences of a situation whereby, because one members of the family is incapacitated health-wise, so hence it is only one person in the family that is providing money, that is going around strategizing on how to make money. Yes, that is understandable.
Okay.
But it is a joint effort. Husband, the wife, they are here to be married. Father involved in income. And if the children are matured, are up, they will be involved in creating wealth for the family. In fact, they can help to manage the wealth instead of them going for nights. If you have multiple streams of income or businesses, for example, your children who you trust and you believe can manage the business, to do the business, to go into the business instead of going for 9 to 5 jobs. Now to the question you ask, it's important to identify some challenges in the family. And there's a saying that if you're a jack of all trades, you'll be master of none. You can't be everything. You cannot be everything. You cannot be doctor. You cannot be farmer. You cannot other consultancy services that I mentioned and other business ideas. Identify your family needs and the focus on the kind of passive income that you know can sustain your family. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yes.
So it has to be strategic. And it is also important to mention that for you to be successful in creating passive income, I just mentioned that you need a mentor. A mentor is just like a map that leads you to your destination of different skill ideas that you have. Oh, how do I go about it? I can do this, I can do that. And that is what we call a multipotentialism disease. Did you get that? Multipotentialism disease. Multiple potential, but you don't know which of the potential you need to monetize to create passive income for your family. So you need somebody to guide you. You need a mentor. Yes, identify all your challenges, identify the potential you have acquired, review it to this person. Make yourself vulnerable. If you don't make yourself vulnerable, you cannot learn. And that is one of the challenges notice that some individuals struggle with. They feel that if they tell them the challenges, feel inferior, they have low self-esteem. And let me establish this part. For you to succeed in entrepreneurial business, the relationship between your entrepreneurial skill and the economic development is very, very important in managing your family. It's understanding of entrepreneurship skill, economic development skills, and as a consultant too, you also need these ideas too. As a business owner, as a startup, as a young so when you understand the benefits and the drawbacks of entrepreneurship business, and this, like I mentioned, you need a mentor or tutor on how to go about this. Yes. It will allow you a balanced approach to nurturing your entrepreneurial skill. It will help you to fill the perceived gap that you feel you have in your pursuit of wealth or passive income. Well, I don't know if I've answered your question.
You did.
In one way or the other. I don't know if the question have been answered. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Ambassador Bola Tito, for asking that very important question, because I also had that kind of question in mind, but you've already helped me out with the question. And thank you, Professor Adeogun Joseph Kayode, for answering it in depth, which is really good. It's just that we are struggling with your breaking voice, but it's okay. We can still manage to pick up those points. So thank you so much. Apart from that, before we move on, because we still have 2 speakers today, do we have any questions from Ambassador Professor Dr. Oben? Any question, ma'am? No? Okay.
No question.
All right. Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
What kind of qualities a good partnership member has? Good qualities of a partner. I want to know. Short.
We didn't get the question. Can you repeat it and make it clearer, please?
Qualities of a good partner.
What
are the qualities of a good partner?
Okay, so Professor Adeogun, what are the qualities of a good partners in terms of family, I guess, in business?
That's what I want to be sure of. If that's what she meant. Okay. Business.
Is that what you meant,
now, remember,
Dr. Samira?
The topic is specific.
Yeah, I am listening.
Okay.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, continue, sir.
Yes,
okay,
yes.
The qualities. Yes, fine. One of the qualities that is expected of any partner
only 5 are
in
enough.
any business is.
Sorry, what did you say, Dr. Samira?
I'm saying that only 5 qualities are enough, sufficient.
Okay.
Not more than 5.
Okay. She just wants you to
5.
mention the quality, the points, just the 5 qualities, so that we can round up. Yeah.
Okay. You must be risk taker. You must be risk taker. You must be tenacious. Risk taker. You must. Yes.
Tenacious.
Tenacity. That's tenacity.
Okay.
Tenacity. Have you noted that?
Yes.
Open to opportunities.
Tenacity.
Open to opportunity.
Okay.
Creativity.
Okay.
Humility. Yes. Yeah. Humility. So you must develop mentoring relationships. So it's a way to have a good relationship. Humility.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you very much.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you so much.
5.
You've mentioned it. Yes. Okay. Any other question? Thank you so much, Dr. Samina, for asking that question. Any other questions so that we can move on? We still have 2 speakers for today. Okay, if there's no more questions, let me just express my gratitude to Dr. Adeogun. Thank you so much for coming over to share this very important topic. I'm still going to knock your door. Maybe we'll be able to get more insight into what you've really shared with us today. Maybe next week or week after, but I think you still have another section with us. So I want to say thank you so much, sir, for contributing to this masterclass of transforming business and entrepreneurship. We really appreciate that. I know you are dressing up to go for a party. If I'm not, I got you there.
You are right. You are right. You are right. You are right.
So we won't waste much of your time, but we still appreciate your time that you've spent with us this morning. And we say, enjoy your day, sir. And thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You're welcome, ma.
All right.
You're welcome. Yes, ma'am. So I will take my leave any moment from now.
Oh, yes, because we know we've dressed up for the party already. So you can move, you can move on and enjoy the rest of the day. Have a wonderful weekend, sir. And thank you so much.
I appreciate the opportunity.
Okay, thank you.